Hey, it's your boy Gamma Wolf, keeping you at your highest frequency at all times, coming to you today with the truth about some CIA operations. And now, our first operation I'm going to talk about is MK Ultra, where the CIA did a project with an agency conducted hundreds of clandestine experiments on unwitting U.S. citizens. And the second one is going to be Operation Mockingbird, where they directly were controlling the media to make the CIA look better than what they are. And so I want to get these truths out there to the people, and I'm going to play the videos. It's not going to be my own words. It's going to be two little 3-minute videos. And so you'll be able to share this with somebody else, and they don't think you're just pulling this out your ass. So with that being said, please like, share, subscribe, and comment, and let's get straight to these videos.
Two American spies have just arrived at Sandoz Laboratories, one of the world's leading pharmaceutical factories. The mission: corner the market on the world's supply of a powerful new psychoactive drug.
The CIA was scared stiff the KGB was going to get all this LSD and come over and start dosing people. So we bought every drop of LSD in existence at that point.
The CIA has just authorized the purchase of 10 kilograms of pure LSD-25, enough to dose more than half the population of the United States.
They gave it to George White and let George start dosing people.
George Hunter White, a larger-than-life undercover federal narcotics agent. Unbeknownst to his supervisors, White also works for the CIA. His job: to conduct experiments for an operation called Midnight Climax.
George had a CIA safe house stocked with booze. George would sit behind this one-way mirror, drinking martinis, sitting on a portable toilet. If he had to take a leak, he didn't want to get up and leave.
White pays prostitutes to lure their clients to the agency's safe house.
Hookers who would bring these suckers back to the apartment and dose them with pure LSD-25.
This is where I have my effect. In the mind.
This is lysergic acid diethylamide, better known as acid. The powerful drug was first synthesized in 1938 in Switzerland. With a dose of mere micrograms, the mind becomes confused. Perception is distorted. Personal identity is called into question. The results can be euphoric bliss or deadly panic. White takes meticulous notes and files his reports to his CIA handlers.
So that was how LSD was introduced to this country.
Operation Midnight Climax is part of a larger top-secret CIA program called MK Ultra. The goal: learn how to control and even reprogram people's minds. The CIA believes LSD might hold the key. Over the next 10 years, the agency doses a cross-section of the American public. Everyone from unwitting housewives to soldiers to even criminals like gangster Whitey Bulger is tested.
You know what the CIA really dreamed of?
Now, it's very important that you hear that they did this to learn how to control minds, and they did it to unwitting people, meaning that those people did not volunteer for this. There's a lot of stuff that we're going through now that you're not volunteering for.
Of was sort of like a drug you could give to someone, get them to commit all sorts of unspeakable acts, and they wake up the next day and they don't remember what they've done.
They were looking into brainwashing. They were looking into mind control. They were looking into how they could create what they called Manchurian candidates.
Please, listen to that. Mind control. Have them do stuff that they would not normally do. Manchurian candidates. Look all this stuff up.
They were trying to figure out if they could get people to go out and do things that they would ordinarily not do, like assassination.
The case of MK Ultra has to be one of the craziest cases of blowback in CIA history, because here they took this drug, LSD, and thought that they were going to be able to use it to control people's minds. And the unbelievable irony is that LSD is a drug that does exactly the opposite. It frees your mind and causes people to question authority.
Turn on.
So my question is, if they failed in their attempt and it actually freed your mind, do you think that they stopped there because they didn't get the result that they wanted? I'm going to play the rest of the video, but I am not condoning anybody to go out there and try LSD. But I am going to play the rest of the video because it's just a part of the video. So I'm going to play it, but I'm not condoning you go out and try these drugs.
Tune in, drop out. The CIA's attempt to control people turned out to be just the opposite. It created the counterculture as we know it of the 60s. It was the CIA that introduced LSD to the United States.
All right. So now let's go to Operation Mockingbird.
I thought that it was a matter of real concern that planted stories intended to serve a national purpose abroad came home and were circulated here and believed here, because this would mean that the CIA could manipulate the news in the United States by channeling it through some foreign country. Now we're looking at that very carefully.
Do you have any people being paid by the CIA who are contributing to a major circulation American journal? We do have people who submit pieces to two American journals. Do you have any people paid by the CIA who are working for television networks? This, I think, gets into the kind of getting into the details, Mr. Chairman, that I'd like to get into in executive session.
And when he says that, he's deflecting, meaning that the answer is yes, but we're not going to tell the American people what we're doing to them. It's just a deflection technique. Continuing on.
At CBS, we had been contacted by the CIA. As a matter of fact, by the time I became the head of the whole News and Public Affairs operation in 1954, ships had been established, and I was told about them and asked if I'd carry on with them.
We have quite a lot of detailed information, and we will evaluate it, and we will include any evidence of wrongdoing or any evidence of impropriety in our final report and make recommendations.
Do you have any people being paid by the CIA who are contributing to the national news services, AP and UPI? Well, again, I think we're getting into the kind of detail, Mr. Chairman, that I'd prefer to handle in executive session.
Right.
Do you think
Of
you
course.
named the news organizations?
That remains to be decided.
I think it was entirely in order for our correspondents at that time to make use of the CIA agent chiefs of station and other members of the executive staff of CIA as sources of information which were useful in their assessments of world conditions.
Would you say that continues today?
Well, I would think probably for a reporter it would continue today, but because of all of the revelations of the period of the 1970s, it seems to me that a reporter's got to be much more circumspect in doing it now, or he runs the risk of at least being looked at with considerable disfavor by the public. I think you've got to be much more careful about it.
Meaning they got better at hiding it, okay? I mean, if you can Google yourself how many people own the media, the social media, right? You can Google that for yourself. How many people own News Network? And it's going to tell you 5 or 6 people own all of news, to include magazines, to include newspapers, and so on and so forth. So there's only 6 people who have direct control over all these things. So I just wanted to look. It's a quick video, quick wake me up. Hey, look, this is what our government has done to us before and is continuing to do to us, right? So this is that quick shake, wake me up, early morning, find out the truth vibes. So again, I'm always here to enlighten and tell the truth, and I pray you guys continue down the path of enlightenment. And once again, please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification button, leave me a comment. I love you guys, and peace.